Hey guys, it's Holly. So recently on my channel, I have done a few bricks and pieces orders. It's one of my favorite services to utilize, although a problem that us Australians have is that you have to pay $15 shipping to get it. So usually I won't do it unless I'm placing a big order off Lego Shop at Home, which I don't do too often, but I have done quite a few of them recently. And in my latest haul, I asked you guys if you wanted to know how in fact I order everything and some tips and tricks. Now I'm no expert to this. There is a lot easier ways. I know quite a lot of people use Brickset to find all of the pieces. I personally don't, but I thought I would give you a tutorial on firstly how to access bricks and pieces and some tips and tricks to finding good pieces and even full minifigures on bricks and pieces that you can just order off there, and it can save you quite a lot of money instead of buying a lot of big sets. Now do keep in mind that with bricks and pieces, they don't typically sell a lot of licensed characters, so you can't go and buy a Harry Potter figure or a Star Wars figure, for example, off there easily. Like, you can't just go and buy a 501st or a Han Solo or a Boba Fett or Bellatrix or Voldemort or anything like that of bricks and pieces. However, they do offer quite a lot of Lego's own themes because obviously there is no licensing fees with them. So Ninjago, City, Creator, Friends I'm pretty sure is on there as well. And sometimes you can also find your way through a few exclusive CMF pieces, as I have actually done recently with a hairpiece. Now, what are some of the advantages for ordering off bricks and pieces? Well, the first thing is it's a lot easier to use than Bricklink when ordering a large sum of parts, as you're not ordering from a bunch of different sellers here and there, and all of the parts are brand new, coming straight from Lego. The disadvantage to that is that shipping is usually a lot longer unless you are in Europe. Especially recently, there is a very large backlog on bricks and pieces. My last order took around a month to be picked and shipped to me, and usually that would take around 2 weeks, so it's definitely been delayed at the moment. So this is really good if you just want a few minifigures here and there, or if you want to order some like base plates or big parts that you typically wouldn't really be able to get off Bricklink very easily because they're quite rare and things like that. Now, there is a common misconception as well with bricks and pieces, is that this service is free. It definitely isn't. As with everything in life, you do have to pay for stuff like this. Okay, so the first thing with bricks and pieces, of course, is to go on lego.com, and to access bricks and pieces, you have to scroll down all the way to the very bottom and underneath support. And underneath support, there is a section called replacement parts, and that is how you access this service. So at the top here, it will say, let us know if something is missing, if a brick is broken, and buy replacement parts here. And that is the one to go to. Unless something is missing in your set, then you don't really need to touch any of the other options. It is under buy bricks. From there, you will select your country and click next. And then this is the page where you would then search for items. So as you can see, there is an option for us to enter a set number or an item number or design ID. Now, the set number, of course, is the set number written on the front of the box, and the design ID refers to the actual number of the piece itself. So to kind of show you guys how to use this service, I'm gonna like search through things as if I was going to buy stuff, and one of the best sets I've found for getting pieces of bricks and pieces is the Stranger Things set, which is 75810. So from there, I will enter the search number and click search, and then it will give me a list of bricks. Now, one problem with bricks and pieces is that you do not get many options. You have to keep clicking load more and scrolling forever and ever and ever. And as you can see, there is a list of pretty much every single piece in this set. Now, Stranger Things specifically is a licensed set, and one of the reasons I wanted to bring this one up is because there is quite a lot of licensed pieces which you typically wouldn't find from a set like this. For example, I was able to buy the entirety of 11 and Will Byers from bricks and pieces using this service. I also bought most of the kids' faces as well. Now, with bricks and pieces, everything is listed in color order, and from there you are able to search for your pieces. So to show you guys how I can order the minifigures off here, firstly I'm going to add 11's legs, which are these plain white mid legs. You can also see that there's quite a few printed pieces like this wizard one. You also have 11's egos. Then from here, as you can see, there is Will Byers' torso and 11's torso, so I'm going to add both of them to the cart. You also have a hairpiece here, which I'm going to add too. You also then have 11's hair and Will's magic hat. And then from here, you have 11's face, Will's face, you've got Mike's face, Joyce and Hopper himself, and then there's some more legs sold out. There's also Will Byers' hair, and then from there, I've got the entirety of 11 and Will Byers in my cart just from bits and pieces, as well as quite a lot of other licensed heads here. Some other sets that I find really good for getting good pieces are from Ideas. Specifically, you can get quite a few of the Friends pieces from here. You can get a lot of the Steamboat Willie prints and even Minnie Mouse's legs, as you can see from here. I also find with Sesame Street, you can get Oscar the Grouch and like build that entire figure, which is really cool. The Flintstones as well does have quite a few. So as you can see, there's the SS Willie's sign, so I'll add that to my cart. You have the guitar, Minnie's hat, as well as a lot of the regular pieces, including a boat stern, which these pieces are typically quite rare and very expensive. In fact, when the Black Pearl was first released, you could buy those pieces off here for like $4, but unfortunately, as that set is retired and those pieces aren't being manufactured, you can no longer order them, and that is a very important thing to note with bricks and pieces. If the set is retired, you aren't going to be able to get a hold of it. So this is pretty much how I find all of my pieces. I will look through Lego Shop or Bricklink or Brickset and find a bunch of sets that have pieces that I know I would like, and usually I'll find them that way. But now I'm going to show you another way to find these types of pieces. So the first thing would be copying this design number down. Now, why on earth would you want to copy this design number down? Well, the main reason I have found is to find other variations in colors of these types of things. For example, I love doing that with these plant pieces and these leaf pieces here, but the main one for me that I love using this tip for is with hair pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the design number of Hermione Granger's hairpiece, because that is honestly one of my favorite hair pieces. Then I am going to paste it into the design number section and search by that. From there, you will then see that there is a selection of different colors listed for the hair pieces. So you can see that there's Wonder Woman's dark brown one, you've got Hermione's reddish brown one, which is currently being manufactured. You've even got She-Hulk's one listed, and that's out of stock because that set's not being made. And interestingly enough, you do have the black version of this hair piece, which is only featured in the Huntress CMF. And typically you can't search by CMF because of the whole blind bag thing. But that is how I was able to purchase that hair piece, was from searching by design number. Like I said as well, another great thing to do this for is for things like leaf pieces. So for example, I would love to have more orange ones and yellow ones specifically, because I always tend to get like the green types of tones. It would also be cool to get some purple ones, as these pieces are typically more rare, and I find it easier to search by this method for things like this because I don't know in particular what sets use a yellow leaf piece. It's a lot easier for that stuff, I find, with hair pieces and minifigure accessories and types of things like that, like the Hermione one. I know that Hermione's hairpiece is in the Umbridge set, so I'm going to search for that in order to find the Huntress one and ones in different colors. For regular bricks, however, I think it would be easier just to look in the back of the instruction manual, as in the parts list there is a bunch of numbers which are these element and design numbers, so you can just copy and paste them in there. You can also look at the Bricklink's parts list and Brickset parts list as well. That is another really easy way to do that. Or you can do what I do and just scroll down aimlessly until you find stuff that you like. For example, in this Friends set, I would absolutely love to get one of those llamas. I don't know what it is about this Friends set, but I always find it has some really good pieces, and that is the Alpaca Mountain Jungle Rescue set thingy-mabob. For example, you've got these giant mountain bottoms here. I would love to get some more of these. I mean, admittedly, I'm not going to place that order, but I'm just showing you guys this for an example. Now, when it comes to Lego's own themes like Ninjago, for example, it is really easy to search by set number and then find minifigures that you typically wouldn't be able to get a hold of. Like, I know when I was a kid, I would always try and buy the sets that allowed me to have all of the figures I wanted. For example, with Ninjago, I would buy these two sets here, and then I would have all 5 ninja. However, Bricks and Pieces allows you to add different bits of minifigures, and almost always you can purchase the full figure. There are some occasions where things will be out of stock or won't be listed. Like, I know, for example, a few of the Ninjago movie hair pieces aren't listed, and that I believe is purely due to the licensing with Warner Brothers. But for example, you can see Lloyd's face is listed here, and you've got Cole's face there. You even have the 2 swords listed, as well as the spinner itself. You can get a lot of stuff off here, and this is really handy, I think, for people who don't have the money to buy all of these giant sets but still want to get their hands on quite a lot of the figures. You just need to take the time in researching what the set numbers are and taking the time to scroll through this really short list of pieces. Now in bricks and pieces as well, you can add a variety of animals. As you can see, I have a llama in my cart, and once you have got everything, all you need to do is press confirm order at the very top, and then it will add it to your regular Lego shop at home shopping cart. Now these parts orders as well do contribute to the free shipping threshold, although sometimes it will not help you reach the promos. So that is how to use bricks and pieces and a few of my tips and tricks. And like I said, it's probably a lot easier to use this using Brickset, although for me, I just find it easier to go through Bricklink. I don't know why. I think that's just a force of habit, kind of, is like that's where I go to find out particular figures and pieces and the sites that they're from. I hope this helped you in any way, shape or form, and if you enjoyed this video, as always, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel down below. And until next time guys, I'll see you later.